Deep Questions with Arjun MK.
The Avocado Wisdom Experience.
Train by day,
Boys.
podcast by night, all day.
Welcome everybody to the episode 1 of Avocado Wisdom. We're going to be giving you wisdom as much as possible in this year, in 2025. This is just like practice to develop our speaking skills. But on the side note and as bonus, you're going to be getting some wisdom. And let's begin today's episode. I'm going to be talking about the 6 key lessons from the boys from the recent past, from the past 1 year. Let's start it off with a banger. Don't wait for life to happen. This is an interesting topic because 90% of people are waiting for that one idealistic life, that idealistic thing to happen in the future. It's like now is not the time for us. It's just a prelude. It's just a prelogue for what is about to happen, what is gonna happen in the future. The future is the real life. Like that is gonna be the ideal life. But once you realize that, once you get there, once you get to the future, you realize that it's just a mirage that fades away. It's not gonna be real. You're gonna realize that in the future one day. But stop waiting for life to happen. These right now are the golden moments. Embrace them, cherish them. Tell your friends that you love them. Hug them. Express gratitude as much as possible, even though it may seem like you're dying that day itself, but no. Express gratitude. You never know what's gonna happen. No. So keep on expressing gratitude and don't sacrifice happiness today for future wealth. Happiness is always a choice. It's gonna come back later in the video. And the author of Atomic Habits, the book Atomic Habits, James Clear, he says that prioritize what truly matters. See, at the end of the day, when you're on the hospital bed and you're rethinking your life choices, do you think that one time you got embarrassed in the class or that one time you failed, you're going to remember that? No, those are not important. The important things that truly matter, you know what they are. So only talk about them, think about them. Prioritize what truly matters and enjoy what you have. You see, joy has to be found today, not tomorrow. If you cannot be happy with a cup of coffee, as an example, you won't be happy with a yacht too. You won't be happy if you have a huge mansion too. If you're not happy with having this house that you're living right now. So many people don't have a house to live in. It's all about gratitude at the end of the day. Choose to find joy in today. It's waiting for you. Okay, let's get to the next one, which is culture wars and distractions. This is a very interesting topic, especially for this generation. Public discourse often focus on trivial issues. Let's talk about culture wars and distractions. See, the public discloses and discourse is often focused on trivial issues, issues that really don't matter. People love to hype it up, but does it affect your life? No. Avoid getting caught in these distractions, such as celebrity news and getting upset over something that happens in social media and they don't even know that you exist, bro. Those celebrities that you worship, they don't even know that you exist. They're making money off of you. Okay, before following anybody, just think critically on your own. Don't follow them blindly. You see, take whatever they tell, use analytic and critical thinking and use your own strategy. Only then it's your life, or else it's life according to them. It's according to the book, according to the quote. It's not your life then. So basically avoid getting caught in these distractions. Focus on meaningful matters rather than pleasure. And if you don't have a lofty ambition, then you suffer miserably, you see. And the reason for that is that life is really, really complex, short, finite, and so far beyond you. It's not about you, okay? Your life, the meaning of life, it's not about you, okay? I've come to realize this. And yeah, so you can lay there and just think about how life is meaningless, it's so far beyond me, nothing really matters. You can just lay there on your bed like a lobotomized sheep, and then think, oh, I'm hopeless, and there's nothing we can do, or something like that. People who foist on other people, they tend to say life has no meaning, so whatever I do does not really matter. Drink, party, do that, do this, and engage in pleasurable activities rather than meaningful pursuits. But no, if life were truly meaningless, then there would be no consequences for your actions or for the lack of your actions. You see, now let's say you're a drug addict and you have been addicted to it for like 2-3 years, and your entire friend group is addicted. You have influenced each other. Well, you might ask, well, how is that a problem? Everybody does it. No, that's not the issue here. The issue is there are consequences to your actions in the future. Health is the consequence in this choice, in this place. So it's up to you now. If life was truly irrelevant, then there would be no consequences. But there are consequences, so life isn't meaningless. See, when people say that life has no meaning, what they truly mean is I'm suffering stupendously and intensely and I don't know what to do about it. Well, suffering is meaningful. They don't realize that. That's the problem. You see, suffering is meaningful. And the next point is, you do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. Everybody at the start of the 100-meter race has the same goal, which is to win, obviously. But there's only one winner every time, right? So it's not about the goals that you set. It's about the practice and the process which you took to come to the start line of the 100-meter race. It's all about the unseen work, man. That's what I've learned from the boys. Tanush grinding for NEET, MK or running and for JEE. It's just an example, but yeah, you get the point. It's the unseen work, man. Nobody is gonna be saving you. I think that should be the greatest. That should be the greatest motivation for you in your life. That nobody is gonna come and save me, so I have to save myself. That must be the mentality for you. And most people in this age, they chase the bad dopamine, drinking, doing pleasurable activities, which is not good for you. Instead, chase real dopamine, running, going to the gym, engaging in physical pursuits rather than mental pursuits, in these contexts, not for studying and all of that stuff. But yeah, also turn your feelings off when it comes to you wanting to be better. Okay? Yeah. So the thing is, people ask if my problems are gonna be solved in the future. It's like, no. Imagine you have a sword and you have to kill a dragon, and it's never gonna be easy for you, okay, even in the future. What happens is, over time, when you practice enough, what really happens is that you get armor and you get a better sword, so that you have a better chance to fight the dragon itself. So Your problems never get easier, but you have the better capability to destroy the problem, to overcome it. Yeah. So the third lesson, finally, now the third lesson is shadow sentences versus implied sentences in communication. Communication is the most important thing in this day and age. Just a second, I'll talk to you about that. Okay, let's get into the imagination zone here for a while. Imagine you're dating somebody and you haven't seen them in like a week or so. So you just ask them, what are you doing tonight? What they're doing tonight, and they say, I'm hanging out with my friends. But immediately when they say that, your mind goes to, oh, they're more important to you than me. Oh, you can hang out with them, but you cannot hang out with me. No, but what you really want to say in that moment is, I admire that you're hanging out with them too, you're giving time to them, but I feel like you haven't given time to me, or we haven't given time to each other since we're dating. You should be more open. You should be more, direct. That is the key to communication. Indirect communication are always bad. It leads to predetermined hatred. It's very faulty. So be direct and open in expressing needs. It is the key to communication. It's direct talk. Don't use shadow sentences or implied sentences. Use direct sentences, direct communication. That's the key to it all. Okay. If you don't say, my friend says, if you don't say what you think, then you kill your unborn self. Learn to be emotionally vulnerable with your tribe of men and overcome it together. That's what a true tribe does. Okay. The fourth lesson is, don't wait to live fully. Stop deferring happiness until after achievements. Just as I talked about it, happiness is just a choice at the end of the day. You can choose to be happy right now too, and life is happening right now. Appreciate the present. Okay. You guys don't put time aside for philosophy, and you expect to know the deep corners of life. But no, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, at his day and age said that if a man or a woman does not put time for philosophy, then he or she is doing no greater good to oneself. And my brother G.V. Gautam, he says, life is too short to worry about status, egos and dramas. You see, you need to maintain healthy and meaningful relationships with people rather than craving that emotional roller coaster which people talk about. I don't really understand that, and neither should you. You see, to keep a relationship with a person exciting, not necessarily a romantic relationship, I'm talking about friendships too, you need to ask yourself, do you want to make a permanent decision that will alter your life for the worse or the better based on a temporary problem? No. If there's a fight or a conflict between you and your friend, you must communicate directly. That's as simple as that. Like, conflicts built, you shouldn't just one fight cannot define your friendship, and if it does, it's never true friendship. True friends know that conflicts build character, but the way you choose to go with it is gonna result in a better or a worse reality for you and your friend, with the person you are fighting with. So these things come and go. So be the bigger person all the time, and go and apologize to them, talk to them, solve it out, sort it out. Don't wait for it. Life is too short. You can die any day. So, memento mori. That's what the Stoics tell. And yeah, the next point is, don't associate the problem with the person. 99% of you associate the problem with the person. You don't look into what made them into who they are and why are they acting like this. What is the problem really? Most of you don't ask that. You directly assume that the person is the problem, and you don't associate it with that. Focus on the problem, not the person. Okay, it's two different things. Okay, you're not gonna achieve greatness in communication and relationships if you don't do this. Okay, and next thing I'm going to be talking about is look at everything under a sense and a lens of self-improvement. It's basically called the thought filter. Anything you do in life, any act, use a thought filter. Is it helpful to me, whatever I'm doing right now? Or if you're in a conflict, most people indulge in themselves in drama. So when you're in that drama, ask yourself, is this helpful to me? Is this helpful for my growth? That is the self-talk, the lens of self-improvement, which GV talks about. Look at it as an opportunity to grow. That's all. Now, the fifth lesson, right? Let's go to the next one. Fifth lesson: happiness is a choice. Be truly happy all by yourself. Don't depend on happiness that you have right now on somebody else. I know this is controversial. I agree that I do get happiness when I spend time with my friends, family. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the state of mind, the happiness that you crave. You think that you will get happy when you meet them, when I meet the certain goals. But no, it has to be developed right now. Okay, it's just a choice that you're making to be sad right now. Okay, learn to say I can happily be by myself without depending on anyone else for my happiness. Gratitude for the present prevents perpetuated delay of joy. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so this is the sixth lesson. Now getting into the sixth lesson: the lifelong journey of self-improvement and the dangers of comfort. So people often tell themselves, you're good the way you are, you're perfect the way you are right now, you should just accept yourself for who you are. No, it's like, well, what does that say about who I should become? Is that just off the table now because I've achieved everything? If all is known, then you may even cease to exist because all is accomplished, right? That's not the case here, right? You haven't accomplished anything right now, or very less. You haven't accomplished much. Okay, so then how should I feel about myself then, when I don't have pride in myself because I haven't achieved anything, because I've told myself that I'm good enough, that people should love me for who I am. I should love myself because I'm this person. No, that's not the thing. Self-improvement is a lifelong journey. You should understand that. See, people are missing the real point here. When you dedicate yourself and indulge yourself in self-improvement and bettering oneself, only then you realize your true potential. This is a battle, a war, and the casualties can be your soul and your hearts. Realize that. I have faith that you could and should be the best version of yourself. The 7th lesson, this is from MK. Immortality in anything just sucks the value out of it. MK told this on one fine day. So let's break this down. What does this mean? Just pause for a moment and ask yourself, do I fear death because I'm gonna miss whatever I'm doing right now? Ask yourself that. Genuinely ask yourself that right now. Let this be practical. Ask yourself that. If no, then you should be consider doing the things that you love. Okay. So what this basically means is, too much of anything is too bad. When it comes, imagine we lived forever. Imagine we were immortal. Would that give value to life? No, because death is what created time to grow the things that it would kill, right? So immortality in anything just sucks the value out of it. Nothing is permanent in life, including you. Practice that you are not your emotions, you are not your body, you are not even your thoughts. You are a separate experience, or you are just consciousness experiencing all this. You can experience all these aspects. Once you learn to do that, you're one in life basically. Once you learn, there are two steps to success. GV says the first step is to actually have a strategy and a plan for the success, to achieve success. And the second step is to put your mind and you on the same team, because your mind often says, no, get the hell out of here, I don't like discomfort, I don't like that. No, once you learn how to put your mind and you together on the same team, you've already won. That's what it means. Embrace every moment at the end of the day. More to come in the coming episodes. Podcast is coming this year too. Stay tuned.